really the scene where was taken because of prevention, no?
Yeah, this what can I say? To start working again, they just realized we need to make a bubble where reason was everything was closed. Every morning when we arrive, we've been tested. We send a self certification. They make the swab COVID test, and then this allowed to move industry keep going as we do. Tested every day for 2 years. My nose become like a zamponia because every day they put safe. If there is some case of COVID, some positive, is being immediately isolating. We've been isolating for 1 or 2 weeks, depends. In Belfast was like 500 people of crew, and every day, depends about their role, they've been tested one every day or one every 2 days. But this is the only way to keep going, to work, to keep making movies, because if we don't do like that, if we don't create a bubble, safe situation. Imagine my department with makeup artist, makeup designer, and hair. We've been in close contact with the principal cast, and this has to be safe at 200%. It's different for a carpenter with his play far away from the set, but for us we be close. This is the red zone where nobody is allowed to be close, and it works. It works. We have to be careful. It's not hysterical. Don't think it looks like a prison, because it's not, but it's just be careful. It's not, it's safe. It's careful, be careful and safe to allow to keep working.
So, Bobby, it's a anyway, it's in some way affecting your concentration. You're focusing on the set, the fact that you have to be very careful in whatever you ask to the actor. We heard about so many opportunities lost. No more kisses on the set. No more. I mean, very not so close. Is in some way affecting your creativity, the security protocol that you have to follow?
No, it affects time because it costs more time to set up like that, and it costs more money. But it doesn't affect anyone's concentration. Actors, writers, and directors are used to dealing with whatever we have to deal with in order to get the scene done. But it does cost more time and it does cost more money. But that doesn't affect anyone's concentration that I know of. You just continue to work.
Great. So, Alessandro,
Yeah.
you are up to another nomination. The job you did for Cyrano by Joe Wright, I think it's phenomenal. Really, I mean, where do you find all these great ideas? I saw, I mean, so many great choreography. The dance in the castle in Noto, in Cyrano, is really phenomenal. And the fact that you wanted everybody with this, let's say, pallido color, I mean, like is a similar Pierrot style. What did it came out from your idea? And was immediately Maestro Joe Wright agreeing with you? I mean, does it ever happen that you fight with your director in order to give your
No,
image?
we never fight. He really believed in me. This is I'm really grateful, honored to be work with Joe Wright, and also it was really interesting because the only reference you can find in the museum, the art gallery, where you find a painting about these 18th century people, they are all pale, because pale is the white was the color of the noble, the aristocrats, and then it was we focus on. It is a scene of the theater which is full of aristocrats, and then it's also was really interesting thinking about this actor. They put like this color. They use as a makeup the same color the painting used for the painting. And this was really poison because it was full of lead, this color, and they cause really bad skin problem. For example, the smallpox, like the skin was full of scar and everything, and they invented to put like a beauty spot, so what they call nay, the beauty spot to cover this scar. So everything now looks fabulous because when you ask the painter to make a painting, you pay him. He's like a surgeon. He do the best possible. But I can tell you, if you see in the reality, if you can travel in the time, go back in the 18th century, they're looking like a monster, really smelly. They don't use to wash. They're disgusting. You imagine they use lard, pork lard, for setting the wigs, and normally the mice, the rat, goes inside of the wig, and they make like a nest inside, and this is terrible. If you imagine, it was really disgusting period. And then this is the inspiration. I want to recreate the same kind of vibe. Apart Ailey Bennett and the principal cast, they looking like a dreaming. The other cast, the other extra we see in the movie, especially in the theater scene, they have to looking like a mask full of this kind of white. And I cannot tell you, Pascal, we use just two colors, one white and one red, for everyone to see what's happened. Because I was thinking, if we do everyone with the same kind of color, we make a link like a tableau vivant, where we see everyone with the same color, but little different because, of course, every face is different. It was really interesting, and you can see in the movie this. Remember, when you see the movie, you see I asked to use only two colors.
Great. Bobby, tell us about your Lamborghini character, Frank Grillo. Tell us more about this Italian-American actor who is growing up very well and is becoming a new important person and figure in the Hollywood system. I know that he's a great
Well,
boxer.
Frank is not just a Hollywood star. Frank's a great actor who shows up every day and goes to work. You know, when you've got 3 or 4 weeks of one character with a bunch of dialogue every day, you need an actor to show up. Besides being talented, he's got to be ready to go to work. And Frank is both talented and a hard worker. So I was very blessed to have Frank involved in this production, and I couldn't be more excited to wait to see what the final piece looks like because he's terrific in the movie. And
Yes, I
he's a
can.
great guy to work with.
Yes, I can. You are watching now him here, close to you. Yes, Frank Grillo. was practicing a lot, Frank, during were you shooting in Roma?
What was the question?
Was he practicing a lot his box, making a lot of gym, a lot of
No, not on set, but he told me every morning before he would come to work, he put our 2 hour workout in.
so it's
But we are, you know, Frank and I love working together so much that we've now signed on to do our next movie together.
this is from his Instagram.
Ah.
That's Frank Grillo. So, Bobby, and tell us about Gabriel Beer role. He does Ferrari, no?
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne plays Ferrari, who is plays opposite Lamborghini. They were two titans of the 20th century in terms of the automotive industry and much more. And they could have been friends possibly, but they turned out to be competitors, and two great competitors. And we examined that competition during the course of the movie.
Ira Sorvino?
Mira is wonderful
Joanna,
in the movie. She plays Ferruccio Lamborghini's second wife, and absolutely terrific in it.
dimmi quelle cose un po' girate
And I
più
think everybody's
verso
going to be excited about
il
seeing what she does in
computer,
this movie.
che
So,
un po' più
Bobby,
in fondo.
how do you choose the job you want to do? I mean, is at this moment of your life, you've been doing so many works. How complicated it is for you to make the job you want? I remember even for Fellini it was very difficult to make the project he wanted happen. So I presume also today, as it happened in the past, movies becomes the more you want to do, the more it's difficult is because maybe when you have some idea specific, then they want somebody else want you to make some other job.
It's interesting. As you get older, you want to do only the things that excite you. When you make a movie, it's a war. And if you don't love what you're doing, it's hard to show up every day. So I'm at the point in my life where I only want to work on things I want to work on. I, I, I'm lucky enough not to have to work on anything like I was as a younger artist. You had to work. You had to work because you weren't established. You didn't have the money you needed. You didn't have the connections that you had. So now I'm lucky enough to do just whatever I want to do. So I work on things that excite me. In terms of getting it done, it's always difficult. I'm excited about Lamborghini, but until we show it to an audience, we don't know what we have. Everybody seems to be excited, but the audience tells you what you have, and then we'll find out sometime in March or April.
Bobby, tell me something. I heard that you went to Morocco after Italy. Are you going to
I
announce
did. I
something
went to
soon?
I went to a Morocco. Yeah, yeah. It's a very exciting project that I can't talk too much about because it's not public yet. But we have a pilot that is set in Morocco during an unknown case a little known case that people know about. There were 36 women killed by one man in Morocco in 1905 during the Algeciras conference. So it's a big political backdrop. These serial murders are taking place that could threaten the entire future of Morocco itself. So it's this big, wonderful political piece that is driven by these murders that are taking place in Morocco.
Is it an Italian production or is it international?
It'll be a co-production, an Italian co-production with another group, but I'm not at liberty to tell you which one it'll be.
Okay, no problem. And um, Alessandro,
Yeah.
first of all, tell me how was working with the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. You did Fast and Furious number 6, no?
Now was the open show on it. Generally, was open show. Open show, Fast and Furious spin-off or something like that. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was an incredible, epic moment because it was is fantastic. He's a generous guy. It was really cool. We shoot in Hawaii. We enjoyed the real Fast and Furious with car, helicopter, and everything, jumping stuff. Was I can tell you, it was really fun. It was really fun. It looks like to be in Disneyland in some place. Was fantastic when all the actors, Jason Statham, Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson, and everyone was really was fun. Was incredible fun. It's like the movie. When you see the movie, you have a fun situation as shooting. We enjoy a lot. It looked like an
So
holiday.
when Dwayne Johnson works, I heard that there is a big organization around him, eh?
We cannot tell you there is a two different crew. There's two different crew, two different set, two different unit base, two different base camp. There is the movie where we do with all the casting, all the actor, all the organization, the extra, the crowd, and everyone. And there is another base camp. It's made by his personal trailer, personal assistant, personal office, personal. Everything's personal. Personal chef, personal trainer, personal. It's full of personal stuff. He's a really personal guy. And then it looks like you can see this. Oh, this is another movie. No, it's the Rock, Dwayne Johnson base camp.
Riccardo Monti. So a lot of personal. so
A lot of personal.
so there is the king and the slaves.
Yeah, we can see it's not the king. It's a little bit more. It's being considered as a god. You say they really all the Hawaiian people they really believe him is a kind of god.
So, movie stars today are as much full of themselves as they were in the past. Bobby Moresco, you've been meeting so many movie stars in your life. So, do you consider stronger in terms of personality today's movie star or the oldest one, such as De Niro, Pacino, in front of
You, you know,
today's movie stars?
it's an interesting thing. Everybody has this persona that they're movie stars and they're treated like babies. But my experience with all of the actors I've worked with, literally all of them, maybe one or two, there's an exception, they show up on set. However they get there, that's up to them. They may have an entourage, but when they show up on set, they're ready to go to work. This is a craft that we do. Acting, writing, directing. This is a profession. And those of us who have been lucky enough to last, at least as long as I have, 40, 45 years, we know that it's a job. We show up, we go to work. When you leave, maybe you become some sort of prima donna because you're dealing with the public that are always looking to say hello, which is very nice, or grab an autograph with you. But at some point, each and every one of these actors who have to deal with that every day, they choose to deal with it. How would they deal with it? But my experience with actors in the past and now is they show up ready to go to work for the most part. There's one or two exceptions. They play a prima donna, but not many. Most actors are grateful that they're working and they're happy to continue working.
So, of course, you're going to tell us the names of the prima donna, no?
I will not tell you that. you know, uh, but I can tell you, Frank Grillo is the perfect example of how an actor should go to work. He comes in, Sandy Bullock, Don Cheadle. These are actors who are ready to go to work. Clint Eastwood. These are actors who know we're lucky to be doing something that we love, and we show up and we're ready to go to work.
I see, I see. You're very political, Bobby. You're going to run for president maybe one day.
But it's
So,
true. I mean, what I just said is absolutely true. My experience with actors has been great. They want to do good work and they look to a director to help them get there.
so let me find out if Alessandro Bertolazzi is going to tell us something more about how is working on the set between the husband director and the wife actress. His latest experience was with Joe Wright and Ali Bennett. And so you're going to tell us all the secret about Cyrano.
Yeah, sure, sure. You can waiting. Let's waiting. You
Kidding.
you want to start now to
Yes,
know
please.
the secret, the really dirty secret? You have to
No,
wait in a
no. But
lot, a
it's
lot.
complicated to
No,
manage. You know,
they're really professional.
yes,
They believe in their job. They're both super professional, and there's no problem at all.
you are very political
Sometimes it's
too.
easy. It's easy. It's easy. It's easy because this kind of relationship is already done, and then it's nothing, no drama. And then they're not wife and husband, but they're director and first actors. That's it. Easy.
Bobby, what does really interest you today? You've been doing so many jobs in your life, and you had the pleasure to work in Italy. Now that is your favorite country and the country where your parents came from. So now you are a maestro. You are an Oscar winner. You have all the satisfaction you could ever have. What does really interest you today?
Well, you search for the things that are important in your life. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a husband, I'm a friend. I live in the world where the political situation is in danger of going to a place where the world has not seen since the 1940s. And so you try to write, direct, produce, pieces that speak to that, the condition today that we all face. I don't want to get too political, but there is a rise of authoritarianism, not just in the United States, but all over the world. Um, I'm writing and directing a piece at the Actors Studio about the nature of demagogues and how they persisted for so long in our culture. I think it's important for us to explore what's going on around us, and so I think all of us try to do that on some level. And demagoguery is rampant in the world today, and it's got to be stopped.
And Alessandro, what is your recent job about in Belfast?
It was about this great story about, it's like an epic story called Dungeons and Dragon. It's based on a, I don't know what you call, play role game. It's one of the most popular table game in the world, and it's full of dragons, princess. It was incredible. It was really, really, really good. We play in this beautiful landscape of Northern Ireland. We play in the Titanic studio in Belfast. It was the 7 months of work, like 3 months of prep and 4 of shooting. Was really tough, but really enjoyable with Chris Pine as a principal actor, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, and a lot of actors. I completely forgot now the name, but was great. Was great. Was another fun, enjoyable adventure, like Open Show. I'm
So,
quite lucky. I do a lot of beautiful job that I'm really proud about it.
Riccardo Monti, one of the Italian manager working worldwide. Hello, Riccardo, I can't hear your voice. La voce di Riccardo non si sente. Riccardo, can you talk? È frizzato. Okay. So Bobby, you told me that you're gonna come to Italy on the end of January, so you're gonna miss Capri Hollywood.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
I'm
here.
gonna
I'm
have to
back.
miss
Sorry.
Capri Hollywood.
Sorry.
We're
I'm
cutting
back.
in Los Angeles, and I have to be here to cut.
President of the commercial
The
office,
trade
no?
agency. The trade agency. Yeah.
Yeah, the trade agency. So, what the opinion you got now after a few years about the Italian, and considering you are constantly around the world traveling, what's the opinion that we got now all over the world as filmmakers?
Well, the movie and the content industry is really booming. The issue that Italy is not doing enough big production, but there is a lot of production with very good quality, and I also am very hopeful for this year
Gesù, che
Oscar
schiatterello.
campaign because I think the movie from Sorrentino is a real masterpiece. And some American friends have seen it and they loved it. So I have really great hope for this movie to win the Oscar and to relaunch. Italy has been doing pretty well as a location, has been doing a lot of production of mid-size, but I think now we have to make a step ahead and do more mega production, both local that are like native in Italy and also shot in Italy. So that's the name of the game, and I think the gentlemen here, they can help us big time.
I want to say thank you to Alessandro Bertolazzi for joining us and the maestro
Thank you.
Bobby Moresco. And we're going to go soon live again in a few minutes with other friends, expecting Capri Hollywood, December 26, ending January 3rd for a great gala at the Theater San Carlo in Napoli. So stay with us for a few minutes. And Riccardo, you also stay with us. Ciao Alessandro, ciao
Okay.
Bobby.
Ciao.
I will
Ciao, ciao,
connect
Pascal.
in a
Thank
few
you.
minutes, okay?
Ciao.
Bye, everybody.
Mi ricollego in 5 minuti, ok?
Grazie.
Ciao ciao, ciao,
A
ciao,
dopo
grazie a te.
ragazzi, ci vediamo tra
Ciao
breve.
ciao.